Young and the Restless prediction. Sally headed for heartbreak? A while back on Young and the Restless, Sally Spectra started seeing Billy Abbott. They started as friends. Then they supported each other when they were both devastated by being cheated on. Indeed, they're both on the rebound. However, they share a real connection and have genuine feelings for each other. Also, they appear to be getting closer, especially now that they're in Paris together. This romantic getaway might be a gentle push into something more serious on Young and the Restless. But, of course, there's a new threat lurking that could end their love story before it hardly begins. Currently, Phyllis Summers, Michelle Stafford, is working for Billy Abbott, Jason Thompson, at his new company, Abbott Communications. She's extremely enthusiastic, mostly because her son, Daniel Romalotti, Michael Graziade, is working with them also. However, she has a romantic past with Billy on Young and the Restless. Plus, she's already intruding on his time with Sally Spectra, Courtney Hope. In true Phyllis fashion, she only thinks about herself and her family. She's eager to throw all of her energy into this new job for herself and Daniel. But she doesn't stop to consider others, like Sally. She even blew up Billy's phone while he's with her in Paris. Even Daniel is suspicious of her behavior. Recently, on Young and the Restless, he asked her if she still has romantic feelings for Billy. Phyllis assured him that's absurd, but that could be foreshadowing. Indeed, it looks like Red will do her best to come between Billy and Sally. And that means Sally Spectra might end up getting hurt again. Young and the Restless prediction. Sally heartbroken again? No doubt, Sally is still nursing a broken heart from Adam Newman, Mark Grossman. Yes, she's moving on with Billy, but what Adam did with Chelsea Lawson, Melissa Claire Egan, still hurts. It also doesn't help that she has to keep seeing them together around town. But sadly, it looks as though she's about to be hurt yet again, and before she's even fully over Adam. When Phyllis gets an idea in her head, she does not let it go. Furthermore, she's ruthless about getting what she wants on Young and the Restless. And if she decides she wants Billy, she's going to push until she gets him. Chances are, she'll get a few drinks into him and then make her move. Then, Sally Spectra could walk in on them. Even if Billy tries to fend Phyllis off and rejects her, that might be too much for Sally. If she is going to have to deal with Phyllis trying to tear them apart, she'll likely just walk away and spare herself any more pain. So, even if it's not all Billy's fault, he could end up crushing Sally. Most likely, he'll try to get her back. But it's doubtful it will work. Then, after some time, Phyllis might get her hooks into him. Things are shaking up on Y&R. Don't miss a minute to see if Billy breaks Sally Spectra's heart on the CBS soap opera. In Genoa City, love is never simple, especially when you're Sally Spectra. The fiery redhead has fought tooth and nail to find stability after being branded as a schemer in both Los Angeles and Wisconsin. But just when it seemed like her life was finally on track, with a promising career and a steady romance, the winds of heartbreak could be blowing her way once again. Sally's resilience has always been her armor, but even steel hearts can crack under pressure. Between her complicated history with Adam Newman, her shaky footing at Newman Media, and the growing emotional distance in her current relationship, all signs point to another painful chapter unfolding for Sally. The Adam dilemma: old flames die hard. No matter how much Sally tries to move forward, Adam Newman remains the name that lingers in her heart like a bittersweet melody. Their relationship was intense, messy, and deeply passionate, the kind of love that doesn't fade easily. But after everything that's happened, the heartbreak over their lost baby, the emotional walls Adam put up, and the brutal way he pushed her aside, Sally has every reason to keep her guard up. Still, their connection is undeniable. Every glance, every exchange, carries the weight of unfinished business. Recently, Adam's attempts to rebuild his life have taken on a more reflective tone. He's been showing rare vulnerability, and it hasn't gone unnoticed. There's a growing sense that Adam still carries guilt over how things ended with Sally, and he may be ready to make amends. But what if it's too late? Sally's heart may still flicker for Adam, but she knows love with him always comes with pain. If she lets him back in, she risks reopening old wounds. Yet if she stays away, she might forever wonder what could have been. Nick's gentle love, and the growing distance. For now, Sally is with Nick Newman, Adam's older, steadier brother. What started as a comforting friendship evolved into something deeper, though their romance has been far from simple. Nick offered Sally peace after chaos, compassion after heartbreak, and a kind of love that didn't demand she be anyone other than herself. But as time has gone on, cracks are beginning to show. Nick's loyalty to his family and his constant tug-of-war with Victor's expectations often leaves Sally feeling like she's on the outside looking in. And while Nick genuinely cares for her, there's a part of him that will always be cautious when it comes to emotional risk, especially after his history with women like Phyllis and Sharon. Sally, for her part, senses the shift. She's no stranger to emotional distance, and she can feel when someone's pulling away. Nick's recent distractions, particularly his re-involvement in Newman family crises, have left Sally feeling sidelined. The chemistry is still there, but the connection feels strained, as if they're both waiting for something to change, but neither knows how to make the first move. One reason Sally may be headed for heartbreak again lies in the emotional scars she carries. Losing her baby with Adam shattered her in ways she rarely shows. Beneath her strong exterior is a woman still haunted by what could have been. And in moments of quiet, that grief surfaces, often triggered by small things: a passing comment, a child's laughter, or the mention of Adam's name. Nick, though kind, doesn't always understand the depth of that pain. His support comes from a place of practicality, while Sally needs something more, someone who understands the ache of loss from the inside. That's where Adam has an edge. He lived that tragedy too, and it still affects him. This shared grief could draw Sally and Adam together again, whether she wants it or not. If Adam opens up about his pain, Sally might find herself feeling something she thought she'd buried: compassion, connection, and maybe even love. Professional pressures and personal crossroads. Adding fuel to Sally's emotional storm is her career uncertainty. With the business world constantly shifting in Genoa City, she's been fighting to prove her worth once again. Whether at Newman Media or working independently, Sally's ambition remains one of her most defining traits, but it also isolates her. Nick has been supportive in theory, but he doesn't always grasp her need to chase success so relentlessly. Adam, on the other hand, understands that hunger. They're both driven by ambition and creativity, two souls who thrive under pressure and chaos. It's part of what once made them unstoppable, and what could draw them together again. Sally's desire to make her mark might come at a cost. If she feels her relationship with Nick is holding her back, she could decide to put her career first. But if she turns to Adam for understanding, it might blur emotional boundaries once again, and set the stage for heartbreak no matter who she chooses. A heart torn between two brothers. It wouldn't be the young and the restless without a tangled love triangle, and Sally's may soon hit its breaking point. Both Newman brothers bring something different to the table. Nick offers safety, loyalty, and a mature love built on trust. Adam offers passion, risk, and an almost magnetic pull that Sally can't seem to resist. The question isn't who she should be with, it's who her heart will betray her for. In the coming weeks, fans could see Sally caught in a whirlwind of conflicting emotions. A moment of vulnerability with Adam might reignite old flames. A misunderstanding with Nick could drive a wedge between them. And as Sally stands at the crossroads of her love life, she may be forced to confront the painful truth. Stability doesn't always equal happiness. The prediction: Sally faces heartbreak, but it may lead to growth. All signs point to heartbreak ahead for Sally, but not in the tragic sense. This could be the kind of heartbreak that transforms her once again. Whether she loses Nick, rekindles something with Adam, or chooses to walk away from both, Sally may finally confront what she truly needs, not just what she wants. Heartbreak could be the catalyst that pushes her toward rediscovery. We might see Sally embracing independence, throwing herself into her work, or even making a bold move that shocks everyone. Perhaps starting a new company or forming an alliance with an unlikely partner. Still, fans can't ignore the emotional undercurrent between Sally and Adam. It's raw, unfinished, and too deep to dismiss. If fate brings them together again, it won't be smooth sailing, but it might be the kind of imperfect love story that defines Sally Spectra's next chapter. In Genoa City, every heartbreak leads to a revelation. And for Sally, that revelation might be realizing that her strength doesn't come from who loves her, but from how fiercely she learns to love herself again.